Just a heads up. I feel like this video will go on a whole tangent, but take the ride with me because it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be informative, and will make you think. Think about what? Stay tuned.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change.
Yeah, welcome back to my channel. Hi, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Jacqify, and of course, yet again with another rumble. Ba-ba-da-dum. So, I'm trying something different, of course. So, minimalistic editing here and there, add some little bit of let's get ready to rumble and all that. But the rumbles is still the same. So, welcome back. I hope you've all had an amazing week back to work, to school, to all the above, because I am at that point where all the above applies. Just finished my first week of classes and whew, I am tired. And whoever said education ends, it doesn't. It doesn't, honestly. Like, when you're in high school, you get excited to finish, to graduate. You're finally done with high school, and then you get to college and you're like, oh, can't wait to graduate and do something with my life. And then after that it's like, oh yeah, you have to do this training, you have to get a master's, you have to do this diploma or get this certification. It's like a never ending cycle, and it's like, can't you just tell me that when we're beginning? Just prepare me mentally, psychologically for all the studying and exams that I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, because I feel like I will never leave school. At this rate, I will never leave school. Like, school will always be there. And even if, like, honestly, it's not even about being in school. Like, it's all about, like, learning is never ending. This is when books are involved sometimes. Nah. It's not for me, yo. I literally chose a school that I'm only required to take 6 classes, and those 6 classes I'm feel like, yo, I want to get them done. I want to get them done and move on. Like, do what I want. Like, do my work, like, do my research. Because, and with classes, you're taught everything. We will take a class, and this is the same even in college. Like, you will take a class that you chose because they teach that one specific thing that you're really interested in. Don't get me wrong, you love the class, you love that particular section of the class. But then with classes, they always try to make it multifaceted, so you have to go through all this, I don't want to call it junk, but all those things that you have to learn in the process. And then you only have that one class. I feel like you should have classes in terms of like a month long of classes. I don't need 17 weeks of classes when I'm only using like maybe 4 or 5 weeks of what I learned. That's what I retain, and then the rest is just like, why is it occupying my space? Why is it occupying my headspace? Like, can you imagine? Like, honestly, I took this class, and then this is the other thing with college. Like, you have to take classes outside of your discipline, and now we're talking about now we're talking about college. Now you're taking me back. And I remember in college, like, we had to take classes outside of our discipline, to make sure that you have an idea of what's happening out there, which is good. But don't pressure me with exams if you're making me do this. It's not gonna help me. One very good example, archaeology. Like, dude, I do not even remember what archaeology is, but I took a whole semester of it. I took a whole semester of it, and I got a good grade. I think I got a 4 point, but I don't know. I can't remember. But I honestly don't remember anything from that class. I do not remember. Like I literally just crammed everything and went to class, went to my exams. All that I had crammed overnight, got my grade, and that's it. That was over and done with. Because I wasn't interested in it. I don't know why you're forcing me to take a class that I do not need. And then like, wait, which other? They honestly, I don't remember anything in archaeology. Why do I even? I didn't even take geology in high school. No, it's called geography. I didn't take geography in high school. I took art. I took art and design. Like art and design, religious education, physics, chemistry, biology, of course, sciences and all that. I did not take geography. And then I came to college and they were like, oh yeah, here's a list of 2 classes that you need to choose one. And it's like, I think I had the option of geology and what was the other one? Was it criminal justice or something like that? But with the criminal, so here's a catch. They will give you a list and then they will be like, a catch will be at the prerequisites. And they were like, oh yeah, in order to take this class, you have to have done some criminal justice course, beginner course or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'm stuck with archaeology. Wasted space in my head. And I'm so, like, honestly, went to another college. I've been to several colleges. Me graduating was a process. I for real. I go to another college. Here we were taking, yeah, it was still biochemistry, yeah. But then you have to learn economics, and not economics in biology. Nah, this is economics, like real business economics and all that. And I get it. Like, it's they're training you to learn all these things and trying to get you involved in all these things. But it doesn't have to be, my thing is, it doesn't have to be that long. It doesn't have to be 17 weeks for you to realize that you like or hate something. Like, I don't have to sit down for 17 plus weeks to realize I am not going into the forex. I'll not be following the forex reports or whatever. It doesn't take me 17 weeks to to realize that I'm never working in a church as a nun. That's why I'm not taking theology. I actually took theology at some point in my life. Yeah, that was a required class. I took theology for a whole week, for a whole semester. Do I remember anything? Nope. And I'm like, why? Wasted tuition, wasted space in my head, which I don't even remember. So it technically doesn't even exist in my head. Like, honestly, I don't even remember. I think the one class that I do remember in theology was arguing whether God exists or a greater being exists. And I have, like, if you ask me to argue for or against that topic, I have I'll just be blank. I'll just, you can win the argument, it's fine, because I have no idea. What I believe is what I believe. What you believe is what you believe. I don't have to justify what my beliefs. You don't have to justify yours. Let's choose. Let's move on. And yeah, now I realize that I've taken so many classes that I've probably never going to use in my life. And not even, like, I didn't even gain any knowledge. Like, I would be like, math, yeah, I use it every day. Science, yeah, I use it every day. I see it every day. So that for me, in my world, that works. Let's see, art. I love art. I'm making art right now through this and learning about other aspects of art like sculpturing and decor and all this and interior design and all that stuff. So actually stay tuned, there's some stuff coming up in my socials and everything, so follow. I don't know where I'll put it, but follow me on Instagram at Jacqify, or and also follow me here, like subscribe, and you'll get to see some stuff. So I have all these things that I am able to apply. Everything that I learned from college and from my colleges, from my high school, and all my education, like school life. Yes, there are some those things that maybe I didn't know, like I didn't know I would use them at the time, but ended up being beneficial. I'm just saying, like, have to be it shouldn't have taken that long for you to teach me that this thing exists. You know, do you like it or not? I will tell you that in a month, like in a month or two. Yo, especially in college, like you're adults. Like you're adults, you can make decisions. You can make decisions after after a month of taking classes, and you're like, nah, this is not for me. Take another one. And like US colleges, they have been really good at that, and even colleges abroad, I would say. But in Kenya, you don't have that luxury, unfortunately. Yeah, if you don't drop, at least for my college, if my university, if you didn't drop a course or change your course within the first week, you're stuck in that class for the rest of the semester, which is like 17 weeks long, like 3 months or something. So you can imagine you're taking a class that you didn't want. First of all, you didn't get enough time to know that you didn't want it, so now you're realizing about it much later. But exams are coming and you have to pass in order to graduate, so you have to find a way of surviving through this class, whether it's tutoring, whether it's cramming, whether it's going to YouTube and listening, using the the learning tools that, some of us are visual learners, some of us are read books and all that stuff. So you have to use all these different techniques in order for you to learn something that you already know you do not need. Yeah, like sometimes, yeah, the education system that we have, and this means in anywhere, honestly, it's not even just in Kenya or in, like, in anywhere. It's just messed up. It's the curriculum is not based on what the interest of the person is. It's, you have, it's like, they're trying the system is trying to give you a preconceived notion of what you want, but not giving you an opportunity for you to realize what you want and actually go for what you want. And that's why most people actually drop out. You get someone that's like, this is not for me. I am being taught something that I'm not interested in, yet my talents are in this other thing. I mean, I would say that we're moving closer towards the type of curriculum, a curriculum that is talent based and more of, you know like really geared towards growth, intellectual growth of individuals, and not of a society. So because it feels like at some point you're pressured into some career that you even didn't want to do. You have students in medical school who are forced into doing medicine, and they are not interested in that. They want to do art, they want to make music, they want to do all these other things that we're doing. But because the pressures of family, society, school, and all these other things, they have been forced into a situation that they cannot get themselves out of, because now they are 4 years down the line and they have no idea what they want. And you find them just dropping out. When the pressure is too much, obviously something's gonna burst. And I honestly don't blame them. I don't blame anyone who drops out and makes something out of themselves. Obviously, don't. Oh God, I'm trying not to cuss. Don't drop out when you do not have a plan. Like that is stupid. That's messed up. That's messed up. But I would understand. I think I would say I understand. Because sometimes not everyone is book smart, so not everyone can sit in a class for 17 weeks and endure it, endure something that they're not really interested in. And clearly, the grades are telling you they're not interested in whatever it is that they're doing. So, yeah, that went really in a very, very wrong way. But it's just that first week of classes, because I'm like, right now I'm just like, okay, I'm taking 4 classes. I need to drop them down to 4, to 3 or 2. But at the same time, I want to get done with classes. If it means getting, some of those requirements out and taking a class that's like ish, okay, I might end up doing it. So it just reminded me of college when I was choosing courses, and I'm like, some courses were just a waste of time. Like my friend, waste of time. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to do what we gotta do. And if it means taking that class and getting it over and done with, well, do it. Eventually, you will end up doing something that you want to do. I just wish that we didn't have to go through this whole process in order for you to do what you want to do. Like, can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if we encouraged our kids to do, like, to be great artists when they were 10, instead of forcing them through sciences, like, through all the physics and math classes that they're not even getting. And then eventually they drop out and then go do the art and make a big name for themselves, and they're selling their paintings for $10,000 plus dollars. Imagine what they would have done if you had nurtured that talent when they were kids. Sometimes I'm actually like, if it gets to a point where I'm just like, the school that I take my kids in the future, if I do have kids, it gets to a point where I'm just like, I do consider like homeschooling, because yeah, if you're not going to nurture the talents that my kid has, academic or you know extracurricular activities, I am all for school. I love school, but if you're not going to nurture, so their talents as well. As I said, we can be talented in school, excuse me, we can be talented in school, and we can be talented in other things. Somebody might be really good at sports, or again might be very good at music or acting or all these other things, and they can also be very, brilliant minds. If you're not nurturing that kid's talent, I don't see why I should bring my kids to your school. Like, why? I might as well do it myself, you know and then find a school that I will actually do it. And I think that's why most people nowadays are going towards are gearing towards homeschooling, because the curriculum nowadays, mm, not not really based on the competencies of us, of kids, and what they're interested in. And sometimes some will argue that, oh, kids, they don't have, they don't know what they want and all that. But that's where you come in. As a parent, that's where you come in and expose your kids to different aspects of this world, different aspects of life, and see where they best fit. And if you can't do that full time, that job falls on the teachers. And if they cannot do that, what's the point?
And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin.